be honest, I still feel like I'm in the midst of figuring out who I am and what I want. As I get older, I feel like I'm really looking at my life in chapters. Confidence is not something that I have a very easy time with, but I do feel like life teaches you along the way, and I feel like I'm definitely more sure about what I want, and mostly more confident about saying no than I ever was. There's a certain thing that happens when, someone's like, do you want to come to this party? And you're like, no. There's this mentality as an actor, which I think we all suffer from, which is that, you just never know when you're gonna have another opportunity to do the thing you love. You never know when somebody's gonna give you an opportunity for another job. So there's this feeling like you have to grab onto any opportunity that someone will give you. It makes you grateful all the time, I think, which is important. But at the same time, I feel like there came a period where I was like, I'm feeling really tired. And I feel like I'm feeling like I'm less good at everything. I'm less good at doing the stuff I love. I'm less good in relationships that I love. I'm a less good daughter and sister and dog mom. And I feel like I'm hitting that point where I'm feeling kind of burnt out. And finally, I think, found the confidence to say, I think I'd rather take some time, even though that's really scary in this business. Even if it's just a month, I'd rather take some time than do another thing that makes me feel more like that. When I say I was a child who loved animals, I mean I was a freak. Like, I was a child who slept with 13 stuffed dogs, like laid across my entire chest. I would take out dog training books from the library and try to prove, I made PowerPoints. I was that child. I was like, here's all the reasons why I should have a dog. And I never got one until I was leaving for college, which was very unfair. I'm still in therapy about that. But as an adult, obviously I had never stopped loving dogs, but I feel like I rediscovered a love of dogs, and now I have two, and it's great. On a more serious note, I feel like reading for pleasure. I was a really avid reader. I loved reading, and I used to travel with literally suitcases full of books, where I would pour through every book I could get my hands on and then try to find new books from wherever I came from and donate or leave in a library or something the books I came with and bring a whole new set home with me. And I feel like, we get busy and you start reading for school and it's not as fun, even though you are actually reading some extraordinary books. But I feel like I've tried to make the space to read for fun again and not just read things that I need to read for work. I recently reread Fahrenheit 451, which was, it feels more relevant than maybe it ever has. But it's a book I read in school that I feel like I didn't pay attention to and complained about having to read, and it's pretty exquisite. I'm having long, aimless walks to nowhere lately. I feel like it's been kind of a pandemic discovery, but I feel like really just, I think we all needed to get out of our houses, but I've just been putting a podcast on or something and just walking until I can't walk anymore, or walking until I feel like I have just enough energy to get home. And I've discovered so many new places in the city doing that. And I feel like I've had a chance to re-fall in love with New York City again by getting to see pieces of it that I might not have otherwise. I don't know if they're underrated, but I feel like they're a little bit older now. The Christopher Guest movies. Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, just some of the greatest comedic actors. I mean, Jane Lynch, I work with Jane on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and I rewatched Best in Show recently. Jennifer Coolidge is having a whole nother moment. If you're a new Jennifer Coolidge stan, Best in Show, she's so funny. All the Christopher Guest movies.
Are you going to release that PowerPoint?
on how to train dogs and why I should train your dog? Yeah, why I should train your dog, why I should train all of the dogs.
Release the photo too of you covered in animals.
Absolutely. I mean, truly sleeping like a corpse with all my arms around 13 dogs.